How is it going, everybody? This is Ashley Rodriguez, and I'm in for another episode of Taboo Talks. I have been completely MIA for the last 3 or so weeks after my unfortunate event and dealing with the scam that I experienced. So I'm back. I've refreshed my mind, I've rehashed the things that I want to do with Taboo Talks, and it's time to get back down to business. So thanks for joining me. I am doing things a little differently this time. I'm being more vocal and visual about myself, showing who I am. Everybody likes a good journey, and people do tend to root for the underdogs in life. Not that I'm an underdog. I am highly blessed and highly favored, but I want to show you guys my journey and the backbone for Taboo Talks and the reason that I'm on here with you guys today. Normally I would get on here and record without any video, or I would record from my phone, but I want you guys to see the real me and join along. But that brings us to today's episode, so not gonna make it awkward, I'm just gonna get right to business in my podcasting studio, aka my closet, but that's okay because we have very humble beginnings here at Taboo Talks. So, my story today is about judgment, and it has nothing to do with this little scam that I went through. This is something entirely different, and I found myself feeling really convicted and guilty because I felt like I was being judgmental of a stranger. Basically, let me lay it out for you. I live in Georgia right now, and it's a fairly new area to me. I originally come from Florida, and the past few years have been living in Kansas with my duty station. So here I am in Georgia, and I'm at Goodwill because I was curious to see what they have. I was looking for a little tiny desk so I could have my own little podcasting area. And while I'm in Goodwill, I'm approached by a man. Don't know his age. I would guess maybe late 20s, maybe early 30s. But he looks scary as hell, okay? And I'm not trying to be judgmental, but he looked like the type of dude that if I saw him on the street, I would step across on the other side and walk as far away from him as possible. So he was a white man wearing a long black trench coat and a black like fedora looking hat, and he had like shoulder length, really greasy hair, and a huge black eye. His actual eye, or like so he had a huge black eye, then his actual eye was completely bloodshot red. So I don't know if this dude was like playing ball or throwing hands, or maybe had a rough night and fell and hit some. I don't know. But he looked scary. He looked rough. His teeth were completely rotting out. And he approached me and introduced himself. He was highly interested in my hairstyle. Guys, I don't do my hair, so this was just creepy to me, okay? I literally had 2 braids with 2 little buns in the back. This is my hair. It's up, out of my way, out of my face. I don't really style it. So he approached me, complimenting my hair and my tattoos, and began to make conversation with me. And I naturally am very nice, I think, sometimes overly nice. And I was by myself, and he started talking to me just about how he doesn't really know anybody in the area, that he, is moved into his mom's house like 40 minutes from here. And then somehow got on the conversation of these scars that he has on his arms, that, he has OCD, so sometimes he has to like hurt himself or burn himself. I'm not judging anybody for like self-harm. I get it, because mentally I've been there as a young teenager. So I get it. There's mental struggles out there. But guys, I was extremely scared in this situation. So he starts asking me if I have a Facebook or any kind of social media that he can connect with me on, and I had to make up some ridiculous lie because, again, I'm too nice. Have you guys ever been in a situation like this where somebody approaches you and he seemed to be genuine and he seemed to be nice and really just wanted friends, but I don't know, like in this world you just can't be too careful. You cannot be too careful. I could have been like attacked and drugged and sold online for all I know. Like, it's scary out there. I don't know. And so the point of this episode, I wanted to speak with you guys and hopefully get some feedback. Like, what do you do in these situations when a stranger approaches you and you're conflicted because you want to be nice, you know, because you don't know what this person's going through. You could be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and they could go and off themselves or do something crazy, you know, shoot somebody up. I don't know. So, like, what do you do in these situations? And I'm not gonna lie, like, when I left the store and I finally found a good excuse to leave the store and I went over to a different store just so he didn't see the car that I drove and possibly follow me. Like, I really hate to feel that I'm almost paranoid, but I just don't know what else to do. Like, have you guys been in a situation where you felt threatened for your life, possibly, or, you know, anything? Have you, oh my goodness, this computer is dying on me. Have you been in a situation where you legitimately felt like your life may be at risk? And I'm not gonna lie, I left that conversation feeling angry. I felt angry that this random stranger approached me and put me in this uncomfortable situation, especially because we're, you know, out in public. This is not some meetup group. This is not some social club. It's just a random stranger in public. And I really hate that I have that fear. But yeah, I felt I was angry at first. And then when I finally did make it to my car 30-40 minutes later after shopping at the store next door, I felt guilty for judging this person and this individual, because what if he was genuinely trying to reach out to me? And so I found myself really conflicted. Anyways, like I was saying before my computer rudely shut off on me because I didn't talk fast enough, my question to you guys this week is, what do you do if you feel in public you're approached by a stranger, you're not really getting a good vibe? How do you guys handle that situation, and how do you feel after? Because I legit felt angry that this person approached me, and then I felt guilty for like judging the person and assuming that they didn't have good intentions. that's my real dilemma here. And I'm just being honest with you guys because I genuinely feel that I'm a decent person. I don't think that I'm evil-hearted. And at the same time, I have been jaded before, and having my daughter now, I do have these real concerns about strangers and stranger danger. So, and this goes for men too. Like, this is not just for women. I know there's men out there that feel intimidated or uncomfortable or threatened when certain strangers approach them or in certain circumstances. So how do you guys feel about those? This is going to be a really short little episode, but I wanted to say this, that I do feel genuinely like I'm a decent person, and I still have these judgments about people. And I used to sit there and be like, oh, I don't judge, I'm not judgmental. Like, if you're my friend or family, or you know, somebody that I'm acquainted with and you need to talk, like, of course, like, I'm not quick to judge in those situations. But when it was a stranger and I felt like my life was, you know, possibly in some kind of danger because I was not getting a good vibe from this person, how do you deal with that? I mean, I just want to be real. Like, I definitely was having a lot of judgment, and had a hard time kind of coming to terms with what I was dealing with. So if you have ever faced a situation like this, I would love to hear in the comments or in the messages or on our posts your story. Let me hear your story. I want to hear these stories of when you felt like you judged somebody or a stranger before, like, without knowing them, and how you felt about it after. But thanks for tuning in. Like I said, this is a really short episode. I just wanted to get it out there, get some fresh stuff going, and just kind of show you guys really, like, where I'm at, what I'm dealing with, and the things that I'm thinking about. Because, yeah, it's a huge taboo to judge people based on the way they look or these stereotypes. And so I'm trying to fight against that. And I'm communicating this with you guys and just throwing it all out there. So if you can and you would like to share your story with me, we might be able to feature it on this podcast. And stay tuned for future episodes. I'm going to be throwing a lot of content out there for you guys, and just a whole new perspective on a lot of things. And the baby is crying, so I'm going to dip out of here. Peace out, guys. Bye.